The fourth Jurassic World movie, more like 4th of July bummer.
I completely agree.
Welcome back to another video of Everything Movies. I'm Jefferson Coate, and today I have
Kathy from Not a Real Movie Critic.
And today we will be reviewing Jurassic World Rebirth.
This would be a medical breakthrough that could save countless lives. It comes from the largest dinosaurs on the planet.
Oh my God.
Fortunately for us, all these species exist in one isolated place.
Jurassic World Rebirth is directed by Gareth Edwards, and other projects that he's worked on is Godzilla from the 2014 version. He also did Star Wars Rogue One, and he also did The Creator. I almost forgot it, but he did The Creator, which was a really, really good movie. The actors in this film is starring Scarlett Johansson, Mahershala Ali, and Jonathan Bailey. What do you think of the actors?
For me, somebody that really stood out was Mahershala Ali. I thought his character was amazing. He did such a great job of portraying Duncan, I believe is his name. And yeah, Scarlett Johansson, obviously she's an amazing actress. Maybe some of the lines here and there were kind of corny and predictable, but that's not her fault at all.
Yeah, I completely agree with you about Mahershala Ali. I thought his character really brought a lot of heart into the movie, and he had a really good moral compass. Scarlett Johansson as well. I thought this was a very easy role for her. We've seen her in a lot of big movies, and I was not worried about her performance in this movie at all. And then another standout for me was Manuel Garcia Rufo. He played a father in this movie, and I thought his performance was really good. I don't want to say too much about his character right now. All right, so this movie follows a character named Martin Krebs. He is the head of a pharmaceutical drug company, and he puts together a team of people, which includes Scarlett Johansson's characters and those other actors that I mentioned. They come together to look for 3 prehistoric dinosaurs and try to extract their DNA. And with that DNA, the goal is to create some cure for a coronary heart disease. As the plot goes on, some characters have different motives, and some characters stay on track with the mission, and that's kind of where all the drama comes into the movie. But I'm not going to talk too much about that because this is not a spoiler review. Let me know down in the comments if you would like to see a spoiler review. Now, Kathy, what do you think about the movie so far?
Honestly, I thought there were a lot of pros as much as there were cons for this movie for me. I love the color grading. I feel like the color grading for this movie is what a lot of us wish these blockbuster movies were for this summer. The colors just look amazing. I personally saw it in ScreenX, and I felt like I was immersed in that movie with them. The visuals I thought were really good. I don't know. I've heard some people complaining about like maybe the CGI, but I didn't find it was a problem. What about you?
No, I think the CGI was really cool. Like I will say the same for all the recent Jurassic World movies. I thought all of the CGI and the dinosaurs looked really real and like right there in front of you. So I had no problems with the CGI at all, no.
Yeah, same here.
So speaking of color grading and all the other details within this movie that really make it feel like you're watching a Jurassic film, this movie definitely has that feeling. It's a lot of horror elements. There is excitement. There are heartfelt moments, and there was one scene in particular where the movie soundtrack came into play, and then the scene itself, it was like a grassy scene, and there's like these big dinosaurs. They just look majestic, and I just really felt like I was truly watching a Jurassic Park movie or Jurassic World. And what do you think about that scene?
Honestly, that scene was amazing, especially watching it in like an immersive type of theater. Like I mentioned earlier, I was watching it in ScreenX, and during that moment, like the side panels all turned on, and I really felt like I was in the grasslands there with them, and the Jurassic Park theme playing in the background, everything just felt fantastic.
Yeah, no, I think that scene was probably one of my favorites in the movie.
Yeah, I agree.
For sure. Now, I'm gonna move on into some of the things that I feel like the movie could improve on. For starters, I do feel like this movie as a whole did feel like a side story. It did not really add much advancement into the overall plot, because I'm thinking about Jurassic World 1, Jurassic World 2, Jurassic World 3, Jurassic World, and now I guess this is the 4th one. From Jurassic World 1, the dinosaurs come back. Jurassic World 2, they're trying to get used to these dinosaurs, and then they introduce an element of cloning. And then Jurassic World 3, I can barely remember that one too well, but I do remember the clone girl was a big piece in that movie. But this one is about how the dinosaurs and humans have coexisted and what happens in that world. And I felt like this movie did do a good job explaining things that happened, but it just did not advance the story too much. Even like down to the very end, I was just like, I want more. By the end of the movie, I did not feel very fulfilled by the ending, if that makes sense. Like there were some things that I felt like they could have explained a little bit more, especially when it comes to the plot of the DNA extraction and all that good stuff. There was some stuff that I feel like was missing. What do you think about the movie as far as the things that they can work on?
Yeah, I completely agree that I didn't exactly feel fulfilled whenever I left the theater. One thing that kind of bothered me was that I don't feel like we really went into depth with any character.
Oh, yeah.
It was kind of like some of their background was like loosely spoken in one sentence, but because there were so many characters, I don't feel like we actually got to know any of them deeply. The family, although I really enjoyed the family, I don't feel like they did anything for the plot. As a matter of fact, I feel like they were kind of a distraction from the main team going into their mission.
And I hate to say it, I agree with you. I hate to say that though, because I really did like that family.
Yeah.
Like I enjoyed seeing them on screen. I like the little girl, but I was just like, man, they just didn't fit in this story, you know. In my opinion, they really didn't fit. There was a girl from the second movie, the girl that was cloned. I feel like her story could have been continued in this movie, like as an adult. I would have loved to see her dynamic between being a cloned human and her relationship with the dinosaurs grown even more. They did explore that in the third movie a little bit, but I'm like, what about these? How would she feel towards these other dinosaurs that are still kind of on this island? And would she be okay with these people, you know, coming in to extract DNA and this and that and the other? So I would like to have seen older characters from the old movies to make an appearance, maybe just even a cameo. I agree on the whole like new characters, and like they just didn't have enough time, you know, on screen. Overall, I think the movie was pretty fun. It was exciting to see. It's definitely a blockbuster movie, but it did not leave me fully fulfilled by the end of it. That's my final verdict. And overall, I think I will rate this movie a 6 out of 10. What would you rate it?
Yeah, I think for me it would be a similar rating, probably like a 6 out of 10 as well, because another thing I feel like it would have made a big difference in the movie was that we didn't really get to see much of the actual villain Dinosaur.
Yeah,
he was in it for like maybe 20 minutes tops throughout the entire thing.
Oh yeah.
Is that a spoiler?
No, I don't.
No?
I don't. I mean, I feel like every Jurassic movie has like a villain dinosaur kind of thing. Speaking of, you just reminded me of one more thing I want to talk about in this movie. But there was an aspect of like one common thing with all Jurassic World movies is like they all have like these moral decisions throughout each film. Like there's like a big moral decision. Especially like the first two movies, I feel like by the end of that second movie, there was a moral choice that the characters had to make, and nobody could really make it. But then a little kid had pressed the button and was like, release the dinosaurs into the world. And I'm like, whoa, that's a big decision that they put on the kid. And so like same thing in this movie. There was like one moral decision that I just thought like they didn't even address at all. Like and that it might go into spoiler territory. Just know that decision wasn't really talked about and it wasn't really resolved. And that's another part of the unfulfilling feelings that I felt about this movie, because I was just like, what? About like no dinosaur villain, no, like I would say maybe the true villain in this movie was a human, but I would agree with that. Maybe that's why we didn't go as deep in with the dinosaur, but I just feel like it is Jurassic World. We should be seeing a little bit more about the
dinosaurs. This is the most dangerous place on Earth in the movie, so I feel like I would have liked to see that danger a little bit more. No, I completely agree. So overall, I think this movie, like I said, is 6 out of 10, and you agree? Yeah, completely agree with that rating.
Would you recommend people going to see this movie?
I would, because I still find it to be pretty enjoyable.
Entertaining,
Yeah, I feel like you should see it at least once. It's not gonna be, let's not compare it to those big like blockbuster movies. Like Sinners was like a cinematic masterpiece. I don't think you're gonna find that with this movie. But it's still a pretty enjoyable movie for me. Yeah,
I completely agree. I enjoyed it. I'll probably watch it maybe one more time if I ever happen to see it, like if I'm on a plane or something and it's a choice. I was like, oh, it's a good choice, you know. But yeah, overall it was great. So that'll be all for this video. Drop a comment down below if you've seen this movie, if you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think about the movie. I would love to hear it. And please drop a comment, like, subscribe, and follow Kathy over at
Not a Real Movie Critic on TikTok and Instagram.
All right, that'll be all. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you all next time.